on, but joining us now, footballer turned tech entrepreneur.
Yes.
Him and his brother and a friend have put together an app called Spotlas, and it's a clever idea. And
Very
here
good
he is
idea.
to tell us more about it, to do the Dragon's Den pitch. A man we last saw when he was beating Andy at darts in Rapino.
I feel I was a bit unlucky that day.
Yeah, you were just off your game that day.
I didn't even hit the board.
Tottenham and England's Eric Dier joins us. Good afternoon, Eric.
Good afternoon, how are you?
Yeah, we're not
Good,
too bad.
thanks.
Was that still your finest victory as a darts player?
my first and last victory.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay. The rest of the media gave me a right panning.
You got
for
a lot of
doing
stick
that.
for that. Yeah, you
Never
did
mind.
anyway.
Anyway, let's talk about the app.
Yeah, it's we've been doing a bit of research, and I sort of downloaded it a little bit early on. It's a very clever idea, but look, we'll let you explain how it works.
No, thank you. Yeah, it's a map-based recommendation sharing social network. So it's you can follow friends and family. You can follow other people, whoever has an open account. So it could be influencers, football players, whatever it may be. And you can also make your own recommendations from your own profile. So yeah, we're really excited by it, and we hope it improves. It gives people a solution which we didn't think was out there, and yeah, we're really excited to have launched it now, and looking to grow.
It's I suppose if you're going to do it in the Hollywood style, it's kind of a cross between TripAdvisor and Instagram. It's got that kind of feel of Instagram, sort of the way it works, but as you said, so you could be out and about and you go to a particular town or somewhere and you go to a good restaurant, and so in your little social network of the people on Spotlas, you say, this was a good place. So you tell all your friends that was a good place to go to and you recommend it. So unlike TripAdvisor, where you don't quite know what's going on and whether you can trust those people's recommendations to quite the same extent, this is your mate, so you can at least turn around and say afterwards, that place you told me about was either great or terrible, but at least it's coming from someone you know and like.
Yeah, you're doing a better job at selling it than me. No, that's exactly it. It's about digitalizing, what the word of mouth really, which I think is the way many people find new places to go. At least that's the way I do. But at the same time, I feel like you miss out on a lot. So people message me when they come to London, or maybe when they go into Portugal, where I used to live, and Eric, where should I go there? And it's putting that on a platform. And the other platforms out there, they're not interactive, and they're peddling ratings and reviews, whereas which we don't feel is a really reliable source of information, because the people that are making those ratings and reviews, you don't know them. No. So on Spotlas, you know the people making the recommendations, and I feel like that gives you a much more accurate source for how good a place is.
Yeah, you're preaching to the converted here, because I'm not a big fan of TripAdvisor and for those sort of reasons. It's been developing this since 2018, Eric, but it's not on Android, is it? And I'm an Android user, so have you got plans to do that?
No.
No.
No, we do. Yeah, no. We definitely have plans for it to be on Android. We developed the iOS version first, and we're now going to be developing it for Android, so it's definitely going to be coming soon.
Good stuff. So people can go and get it on Apple at the moment. They can go to the App Store and download that at the moment. So it's called Spotlas, Spotlas, and I think you could be onto a winner there. But fixtures were out today, Eric, and normally I'm a Spurs season ticket holder, and it's normally sort of quite excited about the first game of the season, looking at Boxing Day and everything. But it was slightly tempered today, because until October the 1st, only no one's really going to get in there, and even then it'll only be a percentage of people. I mean, as players, what was it like playing in front of those empty stadiums, and how do you feel about the idea of coming back and it's still being the same?
Yeah, well, I think we knew coming back it was going to be the same. Not that we want it to be. We want to be playing in front of fans, and it obviously reduces the experience a lot for us as players playing in empty stadiums. It was, it got a bit of time to get used to it, but I feel like by the end we were used to it, and it's quite interesting playing in an empty stadium, because I feel like the games that can be influenced in different ways. So yeah, I think we're all looking forward to having fans back, and obviously it's just important it's done in the safest way, so that there's no risk of this virus spreading.
No, sure.
It was a season of change, but as Jose Mourinho points out, if you take all the points that he accumulated since he got there, you would have finished in the top 4. So that must give you optimism for the new season.
Yeah, definitely. I was kind of disappointed that we were going on holiday, because I felt like we were just finding our feet and really starting to make some strides in the right direction. So hopefully we can pick up where we left off in that sense. And we're really, really excited, to have a pre-season with the manager and be able to really put in some work before the season starts and start with a clean slate.
The new boys, of course, we saw pictures of them training yesterday, and you know Joe Hart from England. I mean, quite a few of the boys would know him. So what's the feeling about the new signings?
Yeah, he caught me by surprise. He messaged me a couple of days ago and said it was late. It was late at night, and he said, "Are you awake? Don't worry, it's nothing serious or whatever." So I called him, and he was in the car on the way down. So he caught me by surprise. But no, it's fantastic to have him. It'd be a real pleasure to get to share a dressing room with him again. I always enjoyed sharing one with him with England. So and I'm sure he'll bring a lot off the pitch just as much as he will on it, with his experience and the kind of situations he's been in as a player. So I'm really looking forward to sharing a dressing room with him as well. And then obviously Højbjerg, which I know well from playing against him a lot at Southampton. Yeah, I think he's going to be a great addition for us.
The documentary is out, isn't it? And from what we've seen of the All or Nothing, and from what we've seen of the clips, you seem to feature quite heavily. Have you had a chance to see it yet? Are some of the boys a bit worried about what's going to be in the edit?
Yeah, no, I haven't seen it. I know, I know bits that are going to go in there about me, but I haven't seen it. And it was an eventful year, and so I'm sure we gave them enough for a good documentary. So it's up to them, really.
Yeah, it was never dull, was it? And has the Portuguese help with Jose? I mean, I know his English is brilliant, but do you occasionally lapse into that, or does he lapse into it with you?
Yeah, if we're talking privately, we talk in Portuguese, but if we're in a setting of more people, then we'll speak English. So it's a bit of both. But yeah, it's, for me, it's very special growing up in Portugal, and then to be managed by him. When I was growing up, it was when he won the Champions League with Porto, and then went to Chelsea and was extremely successful. So it's really special to be being managed by him now.
Good stuff.
Am I right in thinking that before you moved to Portugal, you lived in Chiswick?
He's not stalking you because he's got an odd fact.
I think a friend of mine was friendly with your mum, and I think she worked in Chiswick, didn't she, if I remember right?
Yeah, but could you, with the house, you had this thing about the house.
I'm sure that the house overlooked the level crossing. It was right on the level crossing, am I right?
Did you live on a level crossing, Eric, as a kid? That's what he's asking.
Honestly, I have no idea.
Yeah, he was a kid when he went to Portugal. He's got no memory of the level crossing. Even now he wakes up when a train goes past. Well, look, good luck with Spotlas then, Eric. Good to talk to you. Thanks very much for joining us.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yes, Eric Dier there, tech entrepreneur. That's why.